85,
90.
90, 95.
We're playing for keeps. We're on the market. Stay strong, sir. Sold! Hello and welcome to GPTV on the most beautiful Tuesday, the 9th of September. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, we're well into spring now, and as we said at the sales meeting yesterday, if you think about somebody that you're talking to today and they want to get on the market but their house is not quite ready, they're now going to be auctioning or coming to the market late October, early November. This year's almost done.
Yeah, it's an express train to the end now, Phil. We are going full on. We're planning our October auctions, still getting in for November.
Yep.
I reckon there'll be a bit happening in December too, as
well,
it often
they will.
is.
They will. But it just kind of just happens, doesn't it? Winter finishes, spring starts, and before you know it, it's Melbourne Cup, and we're organising all of our properties around Melbourne Cup. So,
indeed,
viewers, we're right into this very early. The market's good. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But if you are thinking about selling, you need to be calling me, Gary, or the rest of the team at any point, because before you know it, you're going to be singing jingle bells and watching the fireworks over the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Phil, thanks for filling in last week with Leon. I'm sorry I was away, and I'll be, in fact, be away next week. But it's good to be back and reunited. I've been working on something. I've been working on something because
I think goodness knows you need to be working on something.
Well, as you know, Philip, I went and represented our company Australia-wide, in front of 460 real estate professionals, directors, and leaders. Philip. So
what would so hang on for the viewers? You represented. You spoke at a conference.
I can show the
right?
I can show
you spoke
the
at
image.
A conference.
Yes,
no, with 460 real estate agents.
Yes.
What would be the combined IQ of a hall with 460 real estate agents?
It's not that great, there was a medical conference next door with 3 people in it, and they actually exceeded the 460 real estate agents.
Without question.
Look, I want to talk about something, Phil, because I thought, we want to bring good value to this show, and I thought bidding styles. We're going to talk today about bidding styles, and I've got 10 different bidding styles. So you indulge me on this because you would have
10?
known. Yeah. So let's
can you
just
go
talk
through
about
them quickly?
Yeah, what the bidding styles, and you can make some comment as we go through. Which are you? How about the question asker? The person that says,
yeah,
650.
As
a question.
Very rarely buys the property.
Yeah, but the question asker, they'll bid. No, I'm not talking about the person that, like the heckler. We'll get to them. I'm talking about when the person bids, and you'll say 600,000. Someone will go 610. But the bid will be like in a question, like is 610 okay? So there's a question, the heckler,
yes,
as you mentioned.
Don't mind a heckler.
They take on the auctioneer. They try to they try to be a comedian.
I always like the heckler because the heckler's heckling the auctioneer when really who the heckler needs to heckle is the opposing bidder.
Yes.
So I haven't yet seen that where that heckler actually goes, my story's not with the auctioneer because he's just there conducting the show. I really need to go and heckle that person
exactly
over
right.
there.
Because that's my problem, not the guy with the mic. The laugher, because you know how you have some people during the auction and they laugh. Sometimes it's a nervous laugh, sometimes it's a genuine laugh, but they are bidding with laughter, bidding style. What about the roamer? The person that roams around.
Correct.
So you take a bid from them at 800 and then all of a sudden the same person's over there at 860 or 850. I like the roamer. The roamer's an interesting style. What about the ghost? The bid of the ghost. The ghost makes a bid, Phil, and you can't see them, but you can hear them. And you don't really know. Often inside auctions, so you'll be in the lounge room and all of a sudden you'll hear 1.2 and you'll go, I heard that, but I can't see it. That is the ghost.
Or I also like the ghost where you go in at half time.
Yeah.
This person's been bidding. You go in at half time to talk to the vendor. You come back out. Gone.
Well, that is, the ghost can take multiple forms, but the ghost bidder is a very good bidder. The whisperer, Phil.
Yes.
We like the whisperer.
Yep.
It says that you can't quite hear the bid. They're often very nervous, but the bid will be 1,150,000 and then they'll go, and you go, sorry? And it'll be like 1,160, but you have to hear it. The whisperer. Interesting style. The sire. The person that makes a bid with a sigh. 1.2. 1,210. We've seen the sire before.
The sire.
We like the sire. And I love, and I call them out, the one bid wonder.
Yep.
Right? So an auction will be going along, it'll be 1,360,000, someone will go 1,370, they'll come out of the crowd. Make another bid, never see them again. The one bid wonder. Are you one of those bidders?
What number are we up to, Gary? It's a fascinating story so far.
The robot, Phil.
The robot?
How's the robot?
You tell me.
Well, you would know what the robot is, right? Another 1,000, another 1,000, another 1,000, another 1,000.
Okay, that's
so
the
we
robot.
like the robot. They just keep bidding, just one bid at a time, and that's it. And then, of course, we have the final of 10 bidding styles, Philip, is the party stopper. The party stopper is also known as the heartbreaker, Phil. They come in at the end. We had this in one of our auctions in Caulfield a few weeks ago, Phil, where they were bidding in thousands and someone right at the end say, that's my bid, another 40,000.
Yep.
Stop the party, broke the heartbreaker and the party stopper. So which are you? Which
You've got
kind of
10
bidder are you?
choices there, viewers.
Yeah.
Been a fascinating story
Yeah,
so
I
far.
know.
Thank you,
You've
Gary,
enjoyed
for
it?
all of the hard work that you've done there.
That's fine, Phil.
But
I'm going to go away on a holiday now.
Speaking of hard work,
Yeah.
I've got a story.
Oh.
I've got a story about what it takes to put an estate together, right? So an estate is really a combination of more than one property where a buyer buys the next door neighbour and then incorporates that in
multiple properties being
their
combined as
living
one
arrangement. So Gary, have a look at number 18 Avenel Road in Kooyong, which is the most extraordinary house, most beautiful house. Basement garage for 4 cars. It's got it is a self-contained apartment on the ground floor, which can be incorporated into living arrangements as a family home. Upstairs, 4 incredible bedrooms, beautiful bathrooms. This is a house with absolutely everything. Huge entertaining areas. It was magnificent when it was just 18 Avenel. And then the house came up behind Gary, number 12 Norford Grove in Kooyong, and they decided, you know what? Let's buy that house, let's pull down the fence and let's create a family compound. So that's 640 square metres, which gives us 1,500 square metres of the primest land.
Great spot too.
And if you think about what's there, so if you're looking for, parents to live with you or teenagers to have a kind of place to go to.
Could you put a tennis court there at the back, maybe?
Well, not on this particular one, Gary, but you've now got the opportunity of buying one or the other one, or both, but putting an estate together is virtually impossible, because imagine just trying to wait for the next door neighbour to sell. So I wanted to talk about this property, Gary, because it's an amazing property in that school zone. If you think about where all of the schools, you've got access to Scotch and Melbourne Grammar and Bialik College, and all of the best schools are literally within moments of where this family compound, this family estate is, of which is almost impossible to find anywhere in Melbourne.
Now, I know you're in love with this property because you've taken us right out of our usual sequence to talk about it, Phil. So it is a good one. We're looking forward to representing that one. So keep a lookout because it's upcoming, Phil.
So we've got only 2 more inspections to go, Gary, this Thursday and this Saturday before the expressions of interest closes.
So deep into the campaign
property.
now. Deep into the campaign. Phil, let's just talk a little bit about our results on the weekend. We had an 80% clearance rate, 16 out of 20 against the Victorian state average of 67%.
As recorded by REA, so the towers are going up.
Put up the towers, listen to the Bose music.
Well done.
Love the sound of that.
Well done to the team. We sold a lot of property across a lot of different areas, Gary. No doubt you've hand-selected some for us to talk about.
I plucked a few, Phil, and look, one of the most popular ones was, in fact, owned by a real estate agent. In fact, twice on the weekend, we sold 2
real estate
very senior real estate
we
people.
We are the agent's agent, Gary.
The agent's agent, Phil. And you're under a lot of pressure when you're representing one of your own, Phil, aren't they? Because they're watching you, watching your every move, right? Anyway, Jewellers Street in Bentley East was sold, Phil, with 8 bidders, no less.
8 is a phenomenal number.
Eight's as big as it gets. We were looking somewhere in that kind of 1.3 to 1.4 range.
Do you know how big 8 is, though, Gary? Because if you think about it, it's one thing to have 8 interested parties, but for all of them to actually get their hand up during the process means a totally engaged audience for a totally engaging
And you would have
home.
had everything there. You would have had the heckler, you would have had the, you would have had
2
the ghost.
more, we could have had all 10.
Could have, exactly right, could have one of everything. Phil, I auctioned a 1-bedroom apartment in Hewenden Street, or Hewenden Road in East St Kilda, Philip. This sold for in excess of its range. It was quoted 420 to 460. It ended up selling for substantially more.
A 1-bedroom apartment? It must have been a big 1-bedroom.
It was a complete 1-bedroom apartment. It was probably as good as it gets. Perfect floor plan, perfect aspect, beautiful block. And Phil, there were 6 bidders, but I can tell you now, if you're a male, you did not get a chance to bid at that auction. It was an all-girl affair. It was all the sisters doing it for themselves. So I just said sometimes during the auction, hey, can a guy get a word in here? Well, I was the auctioneer, but that was it. I was the only one that was engaged, Phil.
Gary, you know what's interesting about that sale is not that there was a disproportionate representation of the genders, 6 female buyers.
It was.
But more importantly is that 1-bedders you can now pay between $450,000 and $600,000 if they're big enough or good enough. which is kind of a new price point in many ways.
And I think also a lot of, because this was such a good security block, a lot of women living on their own maybe, or started their relationships or whatever, they really liked it. So that was a good one anyway. With something else coming up in that block, so we have been successful. Yeah, 3 Ellington Street, Caulfield South. That was Phil. Let's put it up there like Jeweller Street and Hewenden. It was a runaway train. There's the chuff of the train, Phil. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in Ellington Street, because the price is undisclosed, but it went nuts.
Ellington was a great result, Gary. We had a lot of interest during the campaign on that. We had an offer come through that the vendor said, look, I like the offer, but I just want to continue the process, which an owner is empowered to do.
Of course.
We had 3 people bidding for it at auction and sold it for a remarkably good price. Having said that, I want to just let viewers know these single-fronted houses, period homes generally speaking, they're sitting on anywhere from kind of 270 to 360 square metres of land. They are just so popular.
That is
because you get your own facade, your own street frontage, your own front garden, back garden. They are really good pieces of real estate.
That is the hot spot right now in the market.
I think so.
That has taken a jump, hasn't it?
$1.4 to $2 million range.
Well,
really strong.
Even less. In the low ones, anywhere between 1 and 1.5, there is a huge amount of demand for those homes right now.
Appetite.
A lot of buyer appetite. So people taking advantage maybe of the low interest rates, moving up from apartments. So we did sell 563 Inkerman Road, as I mentioned, for an estate agent, and certainly a lovely couple that lived there. So congratulations to them. They were able to sell it to someone that came on the day, Phil. It can happen that way.
Happens a lot.
Where there's auction, there's life. Anything can happen. Someone came at the day and said, that's my home.
Viewers, if you think about that, we sell somewhere between 10 and 20% to people that might see it for the first time on the day, or at least they bid for it.
Maybe, yeah.
And if you think about being a buyer, if you've been in the market for a number of months, you've been to multiple open for inspections, you do develop the level of confidence where if you haven't seen it, you can check it out, you kind of understand what you're looking for. So it's not uncommon for buyers to buy a property that they've never seen before.
It's like when you're single, you find the one and that's the one, Phil.
Gary, as you did and as I did.
Exactly right, Phil. Phil, one result I can disclose is the sale of number 18, which is a lucky number in some cultures. 18 Laura Street, which sold for $2,410,000. Thank you to the vendor who has sold a number of properties with that vendor family.
Lovely family. Laura Street was a hot street for us.
Exactly.
That's 3 properties we sold in Laura Street.
We did sell 3 properties in Laura Street.
There is no freeway going through. You do not need to worry. No shopping centre being built. Just one of those lucky coincidences.
And that old classic song says, Phil, tell Laura I love her, and we do love Laura Street.
We do,
because 3 sales in, we're feeling pretty chipper about that address, Philip. A property that didn't sell, but I believe should sell very soon, is 960 Glen Huntley Road, Caulfield South. Phil, this home, as you know, growing up together, we live next to Ripponlea Estate.
Yes.
Right? And Ripponlea Estate had this splendid old home with beautiful high ceilings.
Incredible.
Had deep coloured carpets and all.
Images up on screen as we speak.
Yeah, Ripponlea. I mean, that is, a historic home. Well, this home is not quite as large as Ripponlea or as extensive, but it had that same sort of beautiful historical feel about it. It's been in the same family for over 40 years. It did not sell on the weekend, to someone's good luck, a buyer that maybe still can buy it. 1,899,000 buys this fabulous house on a great parcel of land in Caulfield South.
While we're speaking, Gary, of properties that didn't sell, what an amazing opportunity we have for homes or apartments numbers 1 and 2 at 10 Lang Street in South Yarra.
Can't believe that hasn't gone yet,
in the epicentre of the best areas in Melbourne in which to live. Walking distance to Chapel Street, the Royal Botanic Gardens, St Kilda Road, Toorak Road, and everything is on its doorstep. That is incredible buying at $2,195,000.
I would say that's 2 for less than the price of 1. Not even 2 for the price of 1, but 2 for less than the price of 1.
Just a great property.
Phil, we've got a lot of auctions coming up. We've got a lot to get through.
Let's jump into it, shall we?
Let's do it. Phil, we have 32 auctions upcoming.
That's a spring weekend, Gary.
It's a spring weekend, and we're looking forward to it. We can't wait for the weekend because midweek we have this auction at 27 Charles Street, Brighton East. Let the twilight auctions begin,
Leon News and Fit of Vanessa McGlynn have got the auction honours of this. I will be doing the auction. 3 incredible bedrooms, 2 beautiful bathrooms. I love Charles Street, and this is on the north side, a great family home.
No less than 18 auctions scheduled for Saturday, Phil, in a wide range of suburbs, although the first one may already be gone, 10 Barindi Road.
Look, I love this house. Stay tuned, viewers. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-car family home, complete with a swimming pool, but it may not make make the auction, Gary?
It's under offer, Philip. Let's move on to Dandenong Road, Carnegie, where Leo Samuel auctions this terrific property.
Aviv is handling the property together with Lydia. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, Gary. That has also got plenty of off-street car parking for 2 cars. What a great property.
Love this one in Fitzgerald Street. A snap purchase, a 1-bedroom apartment, Phil.
Morris Bison and Jeremy Rosens have been handling this property. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. What a great address.
Now later, Philip, you're going to be having your time of your life with this beautiful, fantastic, festive-looking property.
What
Philip,
a great home
in
this
Grosvenor
is.
Street.
Nikki Janover and Jessica Filipovic have been handling this property. 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. You've got the most incredible stables at the back, or garage, or home office subject to council approval. That is an extraordinary property, complete with swimming pool.
Love this property. Phillips have managed in this block for many, many years. This is 144 Oakley Road, Carnegie. Leo Samuel doing the auction there for Christian DeFreese and Dizzy Wang.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's a really good property, Gary, because you can move straight in or further update.
Kevin Huang and Daniel Fisher are handling a property in Murrumbeena that Jeremy Rosens is auctioning at 11:30 in Dunoon Street.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Wonderful courtyard garden. That's a massive feature of that property.
Triple auction action at 12:30. Philip Mackay Avenue is where Leo Samuel will be auctioning this terrific property.
Meeting of Viv Samuel and Lydia Perry there. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a lock-up garage, Gary. Love that style of real estate. Love the courtyard garden. Love the opportunity that that property offers.
Queen Street, Ormond is where Vanessa McGlynn is going to be meeting with Leon Guzenfeder for you to do the auction. Philip, a fine-looking property indeed.
Gary, love this property. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking for 3 cars. 752 square metres of prime Ormond land. That is a standout buy.
Phil, Hewenden Road, we are back there again this week, and the block next door to the one we just sold in. This time it's 1 at 1 Hewenden Road, the number 1 property on the street, perhaps.
Doesn't get any better looking than this. Mark Kirkham and Uddy Ignatius have been handling the property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. It's older style, but it is magnificent inside.
Triple auction action at 1:30. Phil, you're kicking off with this beautiful looking property. We are back to Carnegie, 40
Meeting
Elliott Avenue.
Dizzy Wang and Christian DeFreese there. 4 incredible bedrooms, 2 beautiful bathrooms, lots of land, off-street car parking, a great property, and what a great address.
And that auction is being conducted by Leo Samuel. You will be conducting the auction in Glenira Road, 437, which has been popular in that price range we're talking
Joel Sir and Reno Pablelor. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a courtyard garden, front garden, garage. That's the property with everything in a very affordable price range in the epicentre of Caulfield North.
Put on your cardigan, Philip, and head down at 1:30 to Cardigan Street in St Kilda East. Jeremy Rosens auctions this one.
Daniel Michmacher has been handling the property. What a great renovation inside. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, a car space, wraparound garden areas. That is a beautiful building and a great spot.
We keep on going, Philip, keeping the groove together. 2:30, we've got 2 auctions. McGowan Avenue, Huntley is the one you'll be doing. Meeting Leo Yu and Leor Bar there.
What an amazing house. This is more like a resort than it is a house. 4 incredible bedrooms, 5 magnificent bathrooms. You've got everything that opens and shuts, including the most incredible swimming pool. The attention to detail in this home is exceptional. It even has an alfresco area complete with sauna. That is the home with absolutely everything. Looking forward to that auction.
Emilton Avenue is where you'll find Ben Azer and John Sweepo at 2:30 on Saturday, conducting the auction for this beautiful 1-bedroom apartment.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. It's a really good apartment, beautiful inside. Love those polished timber floorboards and white walls.
139 Oran Road, close to the corner of Glenira Road. Looking forward to auctioning this one, 3:30 Saturday.
Reno Pablelor and Darren Krongold, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, double garage at the rear, great location, walking distance to everywhere you want to be that Elsternwick has to offer.
Phil, you're going to be in Tucker Road in Ormond. That's not your last auction yet. We're getting into 3:30 time now. We're looking forward to that one.
Leon Guzenfeder and Leor Bar have had the honours there. 4 incredible bedrooms, 2 magnificent bathrooms. That has a double lock-up garage, car parking in front. That's a house with everything, Gary. Love that property.
Back to Glenira Road for the second time on Saturday. Bring down the curtain on a busy day at 4:30. This time 401 Glenira Road.
What a beautiful home, Gary. 676 square metres of land, together with permit to build 2 luxurious townhouses. So this is a choice of, is it the house that you can move straight into, or you could renovate, or you could add further size to? Or are you going to build 2 luxurious townhouses? 676 square metres of north-facing land. What a great property. Darren Crongold, Benjamin Rothschild have had the honours there.
Booran Road is where you're kicking off our Sunday auctions, Philip. 164 Booran Road, except again, I think this property's under offer,
might be sold beforehand, Gary, so look out for the sold sticker. Lior Samuel and Natalia Koropets has been handling that property. Incredible house, 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, cathedral ceilings. Love this property. Self-contained 1-bedroom apartment. Love that house. Love the swimming pool.
And at 11:30, we also have another property that I think is under offer, Philip. 103 at 344 Orong Road. This time Bernie Mel has got it scheduled to go with Simon Radolnik. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, Philip, just next door to our office, but it could be sold. But what isn't sold yet, but should be sold on Sunday at 11:30, is 1 Gerard Street, Caulfield, which you're going to be auctioning.
Meeting Joel Sur and Darren Crongold there. 4 beautiful bedrooms, 2 fabulous bathrooms, undercover car parking for 2 cars, further car parking in front. I love this house. It's solid brick. It's got the ideal floor plan. Move straight in or add some further value.
5 at 14 Payne Street is on at 11:30. Philip, Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer for this. Great location there.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, Gary, a lock-up garage. Love that property. Love the opportunity to get into the market in a great location.
Phil, we have double auction action at 12:30. We're going to be in Booran Road this time, and Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer for it.
Leon Gusenfitter and Ben Eisner have had the honours of this property. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 3 cars or more, depending on how small they are. That's a great property that you can move straight into or think about how you might add value.
Northcote Avenue is a place where we do a lot of selling, Philip, and this time we're selling 44A, which is a beautiful single-storey villa.
Solid brick there too, yeah. Gary. Daniel Peer and Bernie Mel have got the honours there. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, undercover car parking, sits on a very large parcel of land, includes the driveway. Love that location, love that opportunity.
Phil, I've been through this home, 43 Narrawong Road, and I was really impressed with it. A great location, just on the corner of another wonderful Caulfield South Street. Tell us a bit about this spacious home.
On the corner of Burindi Road, Gary.
Yes,
Darren
indeed.
Crongold, Joel Sur have had the honours there. This is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. That's a really good package because you can move into that house. You can also add value, and it is on the corner of 2 premier streets.
677 Glen Huntley Road, Caulfield, being auctioned by Leo Samuel. Another great selection for the weekend, Phil.
Well, Gary, that's the property with everything. Leo Samuel and Aviv Samuel have had the honours there. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That really is the most incredible property. Check out that deck. It really is a wonderful property in a great location.
Double auction action, Philip, at 2:30 this time. Glen Huntley Road, number 888 Glen Huntley Road. Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer. You've been involved with this property,
Gary,
Philip, as well.
I have. What a great property this is. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and it has 3 courtyard gardens, Gary. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Fantastic.
Beautiful floor plan, polished timber floorboards throughout. Really, really like that property.
328 Elmer Road, Philip, in Caulfield North. That is a great looking property, and you've got that coming for auction at 2:30.
Gary, this sits on an amazing parcel of 877 square metres of north-facing land. That's on the corner of Cantala Avenue. That is the most amazing property, complete with swimming pool and double carport. That is 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. I just love that house, and Darren Crongold and Kevin Huang have had a pleasure of handling that property. 15A
Maxwell Grove, Philip, I think is also under offer, but if it's not sold, it will be going to auction on Sunday at
4
3:30.
incredible bedrooms, 3 beautiful bathrooms. Car parking for 2 cars in terms of double garage. That's been handled by Ben Eisner and Vanessa McGlynn. A really good home, and Maxwell Grove is a fantastic spot.
Great looking property in Nottage Street. Daniel Pear's been handling that. Jeremy Rosens is the auctioneer. 3:30 on
Romy
Sunday.
Skolnick has also been there. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a lock-up garage, Gary. Love that property, love that street.
I know, we love, both of us equally love Powderham Road. That's a great address, and this is a terrific looking home, Phil. Brings down the curtain of a busy weekend. 4:30 Sunday.
Darren Crongold, Benjamin Rothschild. I'll be meeting both of them there to sell this beautiful single-storey home. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a double lock-up garage. Sits on 625 square metres of North Caulfield's primest.
Phil, we have got a magnificent property to feature in Denby Road, Armidale. I love this property. I know that you've enjoyed being there as well.
Gary, this sits on 665 square metres of Armidale's finest land. You're getting 2 apartments there. They are on on separate titles. They are extra large apartments. You could live in one, rent the other out, or you could put your children into one and you could be in the other, or just an incredible investment, convert it into one family home,
yes,
or explore the land potential, but you can't do any of that if you don't own it, and that's a standout property.
Talking about land potential, we've got a beautiful home on a very big block of land, Philip, that's had a re-entry to the market with an adjusted price. I'm excited about this too.
Gary, Joel Sir and Nikki Janova have had this property. They love it and I love it. I've done the video tour there. Sits on 1,042 square metres of land. That's like 2 blocks of land.
Yeah,
it's like a park, even though it's walking distance to Princess Park. It is park-like proportions. It's the family home with everything, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, all of the car parking you'd ever want, swimming pool and a north-facing park-like garden.
Architectural excellence, Philip, finds its way to Bamboo Road, this time 132B Bamboo Road. I know Leon Guzenfit has been jumping up and down about this property, as have you.
Together with Leo Yu, they've been handling this incredible as new, brand new Carter Grange display home. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, double lock-up garage. That is a house. It truly is the most incredible house, and we love that property. It is just magnificent. It's complete with lift, Gary, so if you had a big night and you're on the ground floor, you can take the lift up into your main bedroom suite, exactly, or the stairs, whatever you like. But it is the most incredible property.
Or if you lived there and you were old and decrepit, as you'll end up being,
that I'm heading towards,
you could just use the lift and
yeah,
just crawl in there.
I get all of that, Gary, but more importantly, you know, just to have that option of the lift, that's the house that is the most luxurious of all.
Indeed, and we were going to review this incredible house at 46 Anderson Street, Caulfield, Philip, but we can't because it's sold.
Incredible home it was, though, but came to the market and left the market because great real estate sells in a heartbeat.
It sure does. That's a big wrap on this week's edition of GPTV. It's good to be back together with you, Phil.
Good to have you back, Gary. I think you'll be missing next week, though. Of course, you're off on another real estate conference, I'm sure.
Of course, this time, yes, indeed.
But wherever you are, I know that you're only a phone call away because you are a man that monitors his phone and his emails better than anybody I know.
Thank you.
So I look forward to driving you crazy with, I'm just going to send you texts and emails about nothing.
You're welcome to, Philip. You know I won't be here in person, but my heart will be right here with you next week on GPTV, as it will with the viewers. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.